Before heartbreak ever reaches your door, God whispers, not in thunder, not in lightning, but in the quiet, uneasy tug that something isn't right. It's that hollow feeling in your chest when the person you love starts to feel farther than your prayers can reach. It's the silence after a message you were so sure would come. It's the moment you realize you're holding on tighter than they ever held you. Heartbreak doesn't begin the day someone leaves. It begins the moment God starts warning you, long before you're ready to listen. There comes a moment in every woman's life when her heart begins to whisper truths she doesn't want to hear. A moment when love starts feeling heavier than it should, when silence fills the spaces where connection used to live, and when God begins tugging gently at your spirit, trying to show you what your emotions are trying to hide. This message matters because heartbreak is never sudden. It begins in the quiet. It begins in the subtle shifts, in the fading effort, in the unanswered questions. And this video speaks to the woman who senses that shift, yet keeps hoping things will return to how they once were. Maybe you've prayed for clarity. Maybe you've begged God to save something that keeps slipping through your fingers. Maybe you're fighting for someone who stopped fighting for you. And deep inside, you feel it. The divine warning wrapped in discomfort, hesitation, and uneasiness. This message is for the woman standing between hope and truth, the one God is gently whispering to. Let go before this breaks you. Today, we're going deeper into the signs He sends before the heartbreak arrives. Not to hurt you, but to protect the parts of you He never designed to be shattered. You start noticing the small fractures, the tiny shifts that don't look like heartbreak yet, but already feel like it. Their words still sound right, but their actions slowly drift. Conversations shorten, effort softens, presence fades. And while your heart keeps searching for excuses, God plants a quiet awareness inside you. Pay attention. This is not fear, not paranoia. It's the first divine warning. You feel the emotional distance before it even becomes obvious. Their love seems to come and go without reason. You try harder, give more, hoping it will fix everything. But God isn't calling you to hold on tighter. He's showing you how much holding on is quietly hurting you from the inside. An internal battle begins between hope and truth. One part of you believes it can still be saved. The other part, connected to God, feels the exhaustion. You notice how tired your heart is of staying silent about what hurts. How you lose your spark while trying to preserve someone who no longer holds on to you with the same intensity. And then comes the loudest, yet quietest sign, the absence of peace. With this person, you stop feeling like yourself. Joy fades, confidence slips, and prayers feel heavier. These are not just emotions, they are divine alarms. God knows when your heart is about to break, and He sends warnings early, softening the fall before you even realize you're standing on the edge. God's warnings before heartbreak are never random. They are precise, tailored messages meant to protect the parts of you He holds most dear. They come in moments of quiet discomfort, in lingering doubts, in the repeated patterns you try to ignore. These signs may feel inconvenient, even painful, but they are acts of love. They are God's way of saying, I see the future your heart cannot yet see. I am guiding you away from what will harm you. Understanding this requires courage. The courage to feel the discomfort without turning away. The courage to face the truth even when it threatens the life you imagined. Sometimes, the lessons arrive through people, through choices you wish you hadn't made, or through circumstances that seem unfair. Maybe a man shows you who he is in small ways, and you finally see what your soul already knew. Maybe a friendship fades, or a job turns out differently than you hoped. Every subtle nudge is God shaping your perception, teaching you discernment. He doesn't rob you of joy. He trains you to recognize what is safe, what is nurturing, and what aligns with the purpose He has for you. And when you finally grasp these lessons, when the fog lifts and your heart sees the truth clearly, a new perspective emerges. You realize that heartbreak is not punishment and warnings are not curses. They are a divine shield, a preparation for the love, peace, and joy that is truly meant for you. The moments you once resisted now appear as blessings in disguise. And in that realization, you feel the quiet satisfaction of walking closer with God, trusting that even in discomfort, He is always guiding, always protecting, and always loving you more than you can imagine. And then it hits you, the moment of clarity that changes everything. The quiet nights of overthinking, the sleepless hours of wondering if you're enough, the moments when you begged for love to stay, suddenly, they all make sense. You realize that the heartbreak you feared was never meant to be a punishment, but a guide. God's hand was always there, nudging you, protecting you from a path that would have led to deeper pain. And in that instant, your perspective shifts. What once felt like rejection now feels like divine protection. You see the truth in the small details you ignored before. The subtle lies, the half-promises, the absence of effort. They weren't coincidences. They were signs, carefully placed to prepare your heart for what is truly meant to be yours. And the ache you felt, it was the precursor to freedom. The whisper that told you to step back, to pause, to finally honor the self that God loves more than you could ever imagine. In that moment, you understand. Letting go isn't losing. It's being brave enough to receive what God has already prepared. And finally, the weight lifts. Your heart breathes again. You feel a new lightness, a quiet courage that wasn't there before. You understand that heartbreak is not the end, but the beginning of clarity, growth, and true protection. And in that realization, you find peace, not because the pain disappears, but because you now trust that God's warnings always lead to the love, joy, and life your heart was meant to receive. Heartbreak is never the end. It is a guide, a whisper, a divine hand steering you toward what your heart truly deserves. The moments of doubt, the nights of pain, the times you questioned your worth, they were all leading you here, to clarity, to strength, to freedom. Trust in God's warnings, even when they feel uncomfortable, because they are acts of love designed to protect you. Let go of what was never meant for you, and open your heart to the life, love, and joy God has already prepared. Remember, true peace isn't the absence of pain. It's the presence of God guiding you safely to the love you deserve. Thank you so much for watching this video. Your time and attention mean the world, and I hope this message has touched your heart and given you clarity. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more guidance, encouragement, and inspiration. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you and connect with you on this journey.